Most Printful sellers never get to see their products get made, but today, one of them is coming behind the scenes and onto the production line. Hi, my name is Elizabeth, and today I've invited JM from Polychrome Goods to come join me here in Riga in our fulfillment facility and try to fulfill his products himself. And in addition to that, I'm gonna pick his brain about what it takes to become a successful seller. Let's go.
So I had been working full-time in New York City for about 15 years and was laid off from my full-time job. Created a sweatshirt with my favorite food, a pain au chocolat. Put it online and I didn't know what the reception would be. I thought it was kind of cute, really kitschy. I put one ad on Meta. Sales shot through the roof, but it turned out people really loved that sweatshirt and I really connected with a lot of people. I literally went above my bed and took some photos of the Life is Pain au Chocolat sweatshirt. Thought they looked terrible. I tried editing them and I was like, you know what, I'll put them up online and just see what happens. And this one image over my bed, that ad sold thousands of sweatshirts.
One of my favorite kind of stories with these products, and especially with the Life is Pain au Chocolat sweatshirt, is that it ended up in Le Bon Marché. Tell us a little bit about that.
Le Bon Marché is the first department store in the world. It's in Paris. They were like, we want your products for the exhibition that's coming up. It's called Paris, Paris. It's everything celebrating Paris, and we love your French food items. I had never done a big deal, like the wholesale deal, with anyone, let alone the biggest and like most preeminent retailer in the world. They were just like, we want it. And then it was a lot of more take it till you make it. I had to chat with my vendor Printful to see if we could do a large order, have it shipped to the store. I got to go see it in person, see all the products, got to see people wearing, like checking them out, like just really smiling. And that was the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, and I think that will ever happen to me.
There's probably a bunch of people who are just starting out, like maybe they're just working on their like very first product, but they haven't launched it yet. Looking at you in the past, in that very beginning, what would you give that person as advice?
But finding like a good niche that, you know, resonates with like-minded people is probably the best place to start. But really a lot of like, you can start small, test some ideas, get some feedback, not just from friends, but like from people you don't even know. That's like probably the best way to get started. And then you're not overextending yourself. You're not spending all this money. Like I really didn't start with any money invested in this other than I need some money saved to live off of and some money to run the ads. And then from there, it's just about expanding and iterating. A lot of things that I create, I like personally, and then they don't sell, and that's fine because I don't have any inventory for them. But if something does work out really well, I can expand on that, create an ad for it, push it out further, create content.
You actually have a very fun current collaboration going on. Can you tell us about how that came to be and what it is?
Yeah, I do. So Magnolia Bakery emailed me saying, hey, we really like your stuff. We saw you on Instagram. We're gonna bring the desserts. You bring the funny puns, you do the designs, and let's do a collaboration together. They really like working with small brands in the community. I actually live 5 minutes from the main bakery in New York City. Very popular from Sex and the City. So did a few designs for them. We have Cake It Till You Make It, pudding, as in banana pudding, my self-care first. And then we did a little video photo shoot before we launched that at the bakery with actual people that worked at the store. They sported the apparel. We walked around the West Village, got some content. It was really fun working with them and doing that. The banana pudding hat's the best seller so far, along with Cake It Till You Make It, which are my two favorite things.
So with so many really cool products already launched, what is something that you're most kind of excited about? Be that product, design area, like, I don't know, a technique maybe, something in particular?
But most recently, I've just been thinking a lot about the success of my butter line. Really focused mostly on apparel and hats, but recently expanded to wrapping paper. And I have a tote bag, and I put the butter on both of them. And honestly, I went a little viral with the wrapping paper, so I'm really excited about that.
I agree. I love the butter designs. It's like so fun to me, and it's so, in a way, nostalgic a little bit.
It's just something you never think about as something you could relate so well to until you realize other people also love that, and it's just like a fun, kitschy thing that kind of brings everyone together.
Yeah. Wrapping paper is kind of like this hallmark of holiday sales. Your product actually is featured by the New York Times for the holiday gift guide, right?
Yes. So lucky enough, the New York Times reached out about carrying one of my products, a hat that says your Y-O-U-R-E asterisk.
Oh, I see. You've mentioned that you actually really enjoy embroidery, and your first product, I think, was hats, right? What makes it a thing that you like?
What I love about Printful is they have unlimited embroidery, so that means I can use any amount of colors, so I can really take something like, whether it's a croissant or like my dirty martini, really make it come to life in a way that you really couldn't unless you were hand stitching.
What is something that you would give as advice to sellers who want to keep their lineup fresh and who want to like maybe experiment and stuff? They've had a store for a while, but they kind of feel like it's kind of trickling away.
I think just giving it a try and seeing if it works and not like having the expectation that it might, take off. I've always believed that if you're passionate about what you're doing and you love it, that's honestly enough, but then also thinking about from the customer side, like what they might want. And if you're making them happy, then that ultimately translates into what I think is successful, and that's just making people smile. So.
And we are all done, JM. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Where can they find you?
Polychromegoods.com, and also on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay. And for all of you guys, in the meantime,
happy selling.
Okay.
I'll be seeing you around. Just don't forget your bag.
Oh, right. Okay.